Hey y'all, what's up? JamiThatsMe here. Welcome back to my channel and welcome back to another update, another conversation regarding Miss Shanquella Robinson. Okay. The other day, I do believe it was yesterday, there was a press conference because there will be a rally for Shanquella and her receiving justice. Okay. There will be a rally and there was indeed a press conference that I did not get a chance to watch with you guys on yesterday. So we are going to indeed watch that on today. In addition to that, I do want to discuss some of the text messages or at least some of the conversation that was happening with one of the individuals that was out on this trip with Shanquella. According to him, Nazir Wiggins, he was not actually there at the time that the assault took place on Shanquella. He's saying that he arrived afterwards, right? Well, it appears that his mom has had a conversation going back and forth, pretty much advocating for her son's innocence when it comes to this particular situation. So we will be getting into those text messages and discussing that as well. But first off, I want to go ahead and I want to get into the press conference and things that was said because I have not gotten a chance to watch it. I did see a short clip where I believe the sister clarified that no arrests have been made in her sister's case. Okay, I do believe that was her sister. Do not quote me. So I'll just say her family member. Okay, her family member did come forward and say that no arrests have been made. Okay, at least to her knowledge. Okay, so that's where we are at this time. But I want to go ahead and I do want to put that up on the screen for us to check out this together. So let's go ahead and get into it.
This conference was organized to talk about Saturday's Justice for Shanquella Robinson Rally Day that will be held at 4 p.m. right here at Little Rock AME Zion Church, Saturday, December the 10th, 2022.
Tell us about the event. What's going to be happening on Saturday?
We have, thank you. I'm used to questions,
Don't worry.
call and response.
Don't worry. Don't worry.
So Saturday we have guest speakers coming in, basically to show their support for the Robinson family, continued support for the Robinson family, and it's something that, you know, as a native of Charlotte, born and raised, and the community wanted, you know, for this family. There were thousands of people that didn't make it into the services a couple of weeks ago. So this is the opportunity to come and show their support with the Robinson family again and to love on them and basically let them know that we stand with them and it's justice for Shanquella Robinson until justice is served.
Where are you guys going to be marching to exactly?
We're not marching. Shanquella has a grandmother that's older and I'm sure she wants to be a part of the day. So we're doing it indoors. That's the purpose of having it here at Little Rock. And like I say, the guest speakers will be here on the inside of the sanctuary. And we have some special tributes along throughout the rally as well.
Okay, so this is something, that a lot of people all across the nation and that have heard about, have been tuned into because a lot of people have cared about Shanquella and what happened to her. Could you just talk about why this is something that's just, again, important not just for the family, but, again, a lot of people have been invested in this and want to see justice for her from literally all across this country.
Definitely.
And now that an arrest has been made, just kind of tell us how this is integral to pushing support for her forward at this point.
First and foremost, it helps to begin the healing process for not only the Robinson family, but the community, the nation. This is a story that touched the world, unfortunately, and with the national attention that it has gotten, hosting the event was important to us to ensure that her name stay alive. During we all saying justice for Shanquella, but it's the days after, days like Saturday, the days after that the family need that extra boost and that extra support. So again, it was something that was important to me, and I had a lot of people reaching out to me asking, what are y'all going to do? And out of respect to the family, I didn't want to do nothing prior to them laying her to rest. And during that week leading to her services, the world was right there at them. So I wanted to be respectful. And I made contact with mom after the services, and you know, we talked and we came up with a date, and here we are.
Right, and you said it starts at 4, not 3.
It starts at 4 p.m. Originally it was 3, but we pushed it back to 4.
Why do you think so many people resonated with Shanquella's story? And obviously it went all across the world, everybody talked about it. What about her you think just resonated, that people just grew to her and thought of her like as a sister?
As things unfolded that week, you know, we all saw it. One, it was a slap in the face to the family. You know, the way everything was unfolded, the lies, and I think that was a big piece of it for them to lie like that to her mother, her family. It touched a lot of people's hearts, and you're heartless if it didn't touch you, you know, because it was just that sensitive.
I agree. I dang sure agree. Okay, like I'm never, ever, 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 ever going to be over them lying to that lady mama, knowing that they recorded what it was that they did, and then came back and lied to that lady face. Girl, if you a lie about that, and I'm still on that, I'm still on it, y'all. I know y'all want me to be done with it, but I'm not. I'm still on it. If you a lie to her mama about that, then ain't no telling what else you will sit up there and lie about. You done lied to that lady face. So I can't. Okay? I can't. Let's get back.
What do you want people to get from this event that's going to happen after it happens?
A sense of hope and unity, and a sense of, you know, humanity. You know, we're human, you know, and the way she left us, because she belonged to us now, the way she left us, that it should have never happened, you know. So I just want everybody to leave here with a sense of hope, unity, love. Love is the key thing. Love conquers all. So if that could be the message, let's leave here with love.
What is resolution for the family and you guys? Is it every one of these people getting arrested and going to jail, serving the proper? Can you talk about justice? What justice are you guys exactly looking for?
So me and the family haven't had that conversation together, but if I may say, yes, there you go.
Okay. Everybody being arrested and doing time in Mexico. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
Can you say anything that
We can't say.
I know that's right, because y'all did the crime over there, so slide right back over there and do the time accordingly. So I don't blame them at all.
Anything.
Say anything to you guys?
Yeah, we can't say anything about it, but they're working on it.
Wait.
There you go.
Everybody being arrested and doing time in Mexico. Everybody extradited over there and doing their time there. That'll be justice for us as of now.
Can you say anything that
We
Mexican
can't say
authorities
anything.
have said anything to you guys?
Yeah, we can't say anything about it, but they're working on it.
Should people expect huge crowds again? For the funeral services, there's obviously hundreds, if not thousands, of people that showed up. Do people expect huge crowds again on Saturday?
Absolutely, yes. The message and the word has gotten out, and we just want to be able to accommodate and, again, come to love, show that support for the family and love on them, let them know that we stand with them.
So with the support she's got, this has to say.
So hopefully they get a lot of support of individuals going down there and being next to the family as they rally. They're going to have some guest speakers, from what it sounds like he said, that's going to come out and speak out. And, you know, she had a ton of people at her funeral. I'm saying there was it probably was thousands, okay? It was a lot of people that came out to be there at the funeral. So hopefully those same individuals who all are able to go back out and support the family during this time as well.
A lot about Charlotte, this area, how they support people, especially what she made for herself, things like that.
Repeat that.
Talk about, the fact that she got so much support, what it means, like Charlotte, the area of Charlotte, they care about it.
You want to answer that?
So basically what you said is why Charlotte has shown so much support. And it goes back to the question that you asked earlier. And I think it's because of who she was. Shanquella Robinson was a beautiful person inside and out. She wasn't a person who was into drama and mess. And she was just the epitome of a young girl that was, quote unquote, doing her thing. She was doing the right thing, finished school, doing all these positive things and had positive things just going for her. So that is why I believe that Charlotte is rallying together, and other supporters who have rallied together to support it, because as Mario said earlier, she did not deserve what happened to her. You know, and it's unfortunate that there are a lot of people who can be jealous, who can be envious of you. So in addition to the justice that we know is going to be served, we also wanted to show a lesson to people that you have to say something, that you have to do something, because you are just as guilty as doing it if you stand around and you're recording things. And that seems to be the culture of today, and we want to do something about it. So this whole rally is just, like he said, coming together in love, just to show this family the love and support that they deserve and that they need, because the more love you feel, the better you'll feel. So it will give us hope, and actually we hope that it would change somebody else's opinion and change their mind. So when they're standing there, instead of recording a fight or doing something like that, they will help, or an assault, I won't even call it a fight, recording an assault, they will get some help. They will do something, you know, and say something. So that is one of the main purposes, because our youth are, you know, he's Million Youth March of Charlotte. Our youth are heavily affected, and so we hate that Shanquella had to be the person to set the example, but I do believe that after this has happened, we won't see any more of this. That is our ultimate goal, and so that's why they're coming. That's why this family is showing up. That's why this family wants you to know who Shanquella Robinson was, because if you know her, to know her is to love her. And like he said, it was not, you know, this was unjustified. And until justice is served, this family will not be healed. But this is just one of the many acts that's going to happen to show her love. And we appreciate Charlotte stepping up. We appreciate all the stars and, you know, the people who have come in and who are sharing it, because without them bringing attention to this, we honestly don't know if anything would have happened. So we are grateful for the love and the support that Charlotte has shown this family.
They let her get up there, slide up there, and Miss Girl brought it on home, if you ask me, okay, answering the question. I think in addition to people wanting to support, not only because of Shanquella and who she is and what she stood for, it was just, you know, wrong. It was wrong for what happened to her. She did not deserve that. And what happened to her family as well, in my opinion, I feel like they did not deserve that either. For you to come and smile in their face and tell lies to them as well. So I also think, you know, people chimed in because of how she was done, and they felt like she was done wrong, as well as her family. And also, I think a lot of people kind of put themselves in her shoes, or put another family member or their child or cousin or somebody in their shoes. Like, that could be anybody. You know what I'm saying? Anybody that they know this situation could have happened to. So I think the situation, I don't want to say that it's relatable, because a lot of people haven't gone through that, but a lot of people can sympathize based on that. Like, I couldn't imagine being on a trip with a group of friends, and then I get violated, so much so to the point that I'm no longer here to tell my story at all, and I have to leave y'all to tell my story. And then when you go and you tell my story to my family, you tell lies. Yeah, nah, you know. So I think people were able to, you know, connect with everything, not just Shanquella, but just everything surrounding her story, and how just truly unfair it was for her. And so that's what we're gonna do. When we feel like something is unfair, we're gonna speak on it. We're gonna talk about it. Period. Okay. So let's see what else they had to the press conference.
Can we get your name in?
I'm sorry, my name is Lakeisha Mobley. Thank you. LakeishaMobley. And I represent Team True Blue and Mothers of Murder Offspring.
Did you all expect this kind of outpouring? I mean, did you think that just, you know, people all across the world would be sending donations and doing these types of things, just showing so much love?
No. You didn't.
Dr. Walker, do you have anything you'd like to say?
It's good to see them smile.
Hi, I'm Dwayne Walker, pastor here at Little Rock Amy Zion Church, and we are honored to welcome the Robinson family and the community of Charlotte to come to celebrate the life of Shanquella, as well as to just put the spotlight on this horrific event. And to, as Reverend Mobley said, to encourage others that you can say something. You are responsible. You are your brother and your sister's keeper. And we are responsible for one another. We can't turn a blind eye when we see things like this happen. We have to say something. If you don't say something, then certainly you're just as guilty as the person who did it.
Exactly.
And so we want to stand with this family. As Little Rock AME Zion Church, we want to open up our doors to the community to let them know that we are a place of healing and a place of hope, and you're certainly welcome here to express that. So we hope that people will come and wrap their arms around this family, and that we will send a message across the world that the city of Charlotte does care. And as people, though I did not know Shanquella, I have 4 daughters. It could have been my daughter. It could be your daughter. And so we want to be sure that this does not happen ever again to anyone. So thank you so much for your time.
I want to piggyback on something. She said nobody has been arrested.
Yeah.
Nobody's been arrested. Okay. All right. Thanks.
All right. Y'all heard what the sister said, being very, very clear. Okay. No one has been arrested. She wanted to piggyback off of what someone said. She said the person in the background said arrest warrant. Okay. So for those of you guys that may not be familiar and just need to know real quick. Okay. According to Charlotte Observer, they're saying an arrest warrant has been issued for a suspect in the death of Shanquella Robinson. But in the nearly 2 weeks since news of warrant broke, there's been no confirmation of an arrest at this time. Okay. And Charlotte Observer are the same individuals that released the information regarding the police report, and they cited and credited Gerardo Zuniga. Okay, which is why a lot of us believe that when he broke the story about there being an arrest, we believed what he was saying, because you have a reputable company like Charlotte Observer that's been around for decades quoting you, then maybe this is indeed true. But when you see no one else reporting on it, larger platforms, specifically Charlotte Observer, that's already, credited you for other things, they're not even speaking on it, then it's like, okay, it becomes questionable. So at this time, there is no confirmed arrest. I do understand people are going to believe whatever makes them feel good and feel comfortable. Okay. 1 minute people saying she's arrested, then we're hearing, no, she's not arrested, she's detained. Okay, this individual is detained. They can't release everything to us. That's going to roll out over time. Okay, well then we'll confirm it when it rolls out over time that this young lady or whoever affiliated, associated, whoever's name is on the warrant was indeed arrested. Until then, there's been no arrest, okay? And again, Shanquella traveled to Cabo, Mexico, and that was on October 28th. She died the very next day on October 29th, and she traveled there with 6 acquaintances, okay? 6 of them. So we ended up seeing the video where she got into, I can't even say, she was assaulted, period. Okay, we saw the video going around. Everybody's been replaying it, reanalyzing it, and doing everything. We saw the attack on Shanquella, and a lot of us believe that attack is what led to her not making it through the rest of that day. Okay, her so-called individual, whatever you want to call it, I can't even say friends, okay, because friends don't do that. So-called individuals that went on this trip with her tried to get her help, but was saying, according to the police report, that it was alcohol poisoning. But the girl had bruises on her face. It took her to get to the morgue and for them to perform whatever autopsy or whatever they needed to perform for them to realize that it was more than just that, okay? Because they said alcohol had nothing to do with her passing away, okay? It was a broken neck and it was a cracked spine, okay? Now, I feel like one of the two was already messed up. They could have moved her and then, created further damage to her, because in the video, we see that the young lady had no clothes on, and then we're hearing that she had clothes on, once the medical person arrived. So ain't no telling what didn't happen, okay? But I do feel like this at the end of the day, had said assault not happened, then we wouldn't even be here at this moment right now, and Shanquella would be right here with us today. But let's go ahead and see if there's anything more to this particular press conference before we move on to more things.
Let that be known.
Across the world that the city of Charlotte does. It could have been my daughter. It could be your daughter. And So we want to be sure that this does not happen ever again to anyone. So thank you so much for your time.
I want to piggyback on something. She said nobody has been arrested.
Yeah.
Nobody's been arrested.
Arrested.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
Let that be known.
Right.
All right, we're good?
Yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about? Make sure any information gets out for Saturday while we're here. Okay, cool.
Thank you.
Well, thank you guys.
Thank you for the opportunity.
All right. So that's that so far. Okay. There will be a rally. I wish I had more details on that rally that's going to take place. Like, we know, I believe it's going to take place at the same, I think that the man that spoke was the pastor, and it's going to take place at his church is what I'm believing, which was the same church that I believe her funeral was held at. Okay. But y'all be on the lookout out there in the Charlotte area for any details. Hopefully you guys are able to go out and support the family, for this particular rally in honor of, Shanquella and getting justice for her and her family. Okay, so yeah, the rally Saturday, organized by Million Youth March of Charlotte and Salisbury, will meet on December 10th at 4 p.m. at the Little Rock AME Zion Church in Uptown Charlotte. Okay, organizers said that rally will be held indoors and will have various guest speakers who will give tributes. Okay, so there are going to be some other guests that's going to be there as well. So I definitely hope that the rally, I hope the family gets what they're seeking from this rally, for sure. More support. For sure, because I don't, the FBI loves saying we're working on it. Like, I don't like hearing stuff like that. So I can imagine how the family feels in this situation when you feel like people are dragging their feet. We do understand that there's a process. We get that. But the human element, the human part of us, like, a lot of times we can be a bit not understanding. We can be like, why do y'all keep telling me that? Okay, why do y'all stop telling me we working on it if I feel like I don't see no progress or nothing is happening, but I guess we just have to be a bit more patient and find out, as these details unfold. Okay, so that's the latest thing we have on the update with Shanquella. There's going to be a rally this weekend. Okay. So that's one part, but there's another part that I also wanted to talk to you guys about. And that's this young guy, Nazir Wiggins, okay? Now, Nazir had a video up at some point where he kind of discussed what happened when he arrived to Cabo. He says that he was not there when the rest of the group was there. So if assault took place earlier that day, he did not arrive until later that day. But I don't even think that's so much of the discrepancy when it comes to his story. I think it's just so much of the things for me that he said afterwards that just wasn't making a lot of sense. Like, it's not, I was rubbing her head and she was over the toilet, then I took her over here, and then, she never left my side and all this stuff. And I'm just like, it's not a lot. It's not adding up. Some things I'm so confused, sweetheart. I'm so confused, okay? I'm too confused on what it is that you're saying. So I do think that he may have been privy to some details before he arrived. I don't think he was just clueless because, in my opinion, if they're over there filming things and FaceTiming people and showing the fight to other folks, then you're a person that's about to walk into something. I'm sure they would have notified you. And that's the reason why a lot of people feel like you guys are guilty, because you knew something. You didn't say anything, nor did you do anything, okay? So, listen, if you listen, honey, the verdict is out when it comes to you. But I do want to get into some of the text messages and things, okay? So let me go ahead and pull some of that up, okay, real quick, okay? Now, in a string of Facebook messages obtained by the North Carolina Beat, all right, Tira, who I believe is her name, happens to be the mother, from my understanding, of Nazir Wiggins, okay? Tira said that her son had spoken to the FBI on December 2nd, okay, and he was cleared. However, the FBI has not cleared Nazir of any wrongdoings as of Wednesday evening. Now, I'm a little confused, y'all. When I hear that he's had an interview already and he's been cleared, the FBI hasn't come out and said anything about anybody being cleared. And I'm just saying that from a place of, when I look at the 4 murders of Idaho, those 4 college students, The parents have been very vocal on the news. Other individuals have been very vocal, just like, everybody's engulfed. Like, everybody's really all into this murder, trying those murders, because it was 4 of them, trying to figure out what happened. And the police, FBI, whoever's in charge of that case, has already started to rule out certain people and say that they're in the clear. So much so that the family came down and had an interview. The husband, the mom, and I believe it could have been a sister of one of the girls that passed, and the mom was like, I just feel like they cleared people that should not have been cleared, right? So some announcement or something was given for individuals to have been cleared. And it's just really interesting that Ms. Tira is coming to the front and saying that the FBI has cleared her son. And it's like, we didn't know that. Like, why they didn't come out and make a statement and say that they was even interviewing or whatever. And I mean, I don't know. I mean, maybe they're handling the case different. Like, I'm a bit confused. And the reason why I'm confused is because I feel like I hear so many details about the Idaho situation and where the police are in the situation with the details. Whereas over here, if we have FBI investigating, it is kind of giving, with my lack of of knowing the process, when I compare the two, it does make me think like, well, why y'all not telling us a little more? Okay, if he was cleared, then I mean, maybe they're not finished doing their round of interviews or something, and then they'll probably make a full statement and say, hey, we've cleared everybody, or we've cleared these individuals, or the only person we're looking into right now is this particular individual here. So I'm just like, this not making sense of what she's saying. Like, not you coming to us telling us that he's cleared, but the FBI hasn't came to the people and told them that they cleared. Like, why would y'all not want to give us answers? But it seems like the people of those murders are getting some type of answers. And maybe it's because this situation initially happened over on someone else's soil, but at the end of the day, we still have the FBI in the United States investigating the situation too. So just a little confused here, okay? But let's go ahead and keep going, all right? So according to the North Carolina Beat, Ms. Tira said that her son had spoken to the FBI on December 2nd. However, the FBI has not cleared Nazir of any wrongdoing as of Wednesday, okay? It looks like they're saying Nazir told the same story to the FBI that he told the world on Instagram. You could almost likely believe he will not see freedom in his future, according to Gerald at the North Carolina Beat. All right, I don't know what the young man is gonna see on his future, so I can't speak to that. All right, I don't know what he gonna see in his future, but I mean, I got my good eye out. All right. Now, Tira also cleared up rumors that Nazir was having suicidal thoughts after a TikTok account surfaced claiming that he made a post hinting at, unaliving himself. Okay. Now, that's interesting because there has been a TikTok that's been putting up things, saying things about Winter, saying things about what happened to Shanquella, all in the name of saying that they are Nazir Wiggins. Okay. I didn't see anything about the unaliving, having certain thoughts. I didn't see anything about that, but it doesn't mean that it wasn't there. But either way, his mom wanted to clear that up, and we are going to get into the messages in just a second, okay? Now, North Carolina Beat goes on to say that Tira said that Nazir has an attorney, and she just wanted her son's name cleared. She said it is time for everyone who was there with Shanquella Robinson when she died to come out and tell their truth because her son told his. Okay, Tira said she wants her son to be able to grieve the loss of Shanquella Robinson, in her words, as his friend. Okay, we'll see. We shall see. But I do want to get into some of what the text messages said, because it appears that someone hopped into the messages as though they were like a good I'm not going to say a good friend, but they hopped in her messages as though they were a person that was truly concerned about what had been going on, okay? Concerned about her son, his well-being, and everything. And that resulted in her kind of sharing details, right, about what's been happening with her son. So let me pull up a version that I can actually read, okay? So first part says, and this happens to be his mom saying this. She says, of course, and they did, but he good. We have God on our side. My son lost 4 people that week. My nephew, my cousin, and aunt died the same week. That beautiful baby lost her life. My son was going there to have fun, but ran into some BS and was blindsided by all of it. So he told his truth. They just need to tell theirs. period. Okay, so the person responds and says, sad. They tried to drag him into it. He seems really sad on TikTok. They are now proving the people who killed her had cops lie about trying to save her for 2 hours. Death certificate saying she died at 3, probably 30 minutes after your son showed up. But the other people, cops and doctors, are now under investigation. So then the mom responds and says, thank you for even coming at me with respect for my family. Is pray what is prayful. Oh, your family is a prayful family. All my son want to do is grieve his friend. I appreciate you. Love. Thank you. Okay, let's see what else the messages was over here saying. Okay, so I guess she sent the video of Nazir and the things he had to say regarding the Shanquella situation. So the mom says, hey, yo, stop listening to anything on the internet and the news. We just talked to the FBI yesterday who cleared my son, so I don't give up about what they saying. We got all the facts, and that's not true. She says, videos and all, so I know it's not true. So the person says, I'm so glad he's cleared. I was just giving you heads up to what came out yesterday. And the mom says, yes, thank you. Now I don't know. I wasn't there. I can't say that the young man was cleared or wasn't cleared. All I can say is if y'all over here clearing the Idaho people and letting folks know that they're cleared, certain individuals, then why y'all not letting nobody know about this? In addition to that, just because a person is cleared doesn't mean that they won't get back on the list as a suspect for whatever reason. That's 2. And 3, what do you consider clearing? Did they specifically say that he's cleared, or did they say, okay, you're free to go? Meaning that they probably gonna be back to interview you more at a later time. I'm just wondering, okay? So let's keep going, all right? So the person tells her, oh, I'm so sorry about your loss. I'm glad y'all have a lawyer and his flights, etc. will prove he wasn't there, okay? So then the mom says that TikTok is a fake page. People done made fake pages with his face. They tripping. My son not suicidal. He just fed up, and I want my son to be clear. The person says, not sure if this is his TikTok, but if it is, he's really sad about it. Okay, there's more. Let's see what else. So then, actually, sorry guys, I have not been showing you guys the different images that I've been going through, so sorry about that. Okay, so we got into that one, and then we talked about this one. So now we are here, I do believe. Okay, so then she says, or at least the person reaches out to the mom and says, many people think he was there, wrong place, wrong time, and these people who actually killed her are not wanting him to snitch on him, or I guess snitch on them. She says his lawyer has him, but thank you for your concern, and he's aware. I raised my son to stand on his own. He not worried about friends. He don't owe none of them anything. He good. He just want his name cleared. So the person says, okay, that's good. He has a lawyer. His story and flights match up. Those friends of his dragged him into their murder. She says, and they will have to pay for what they did. Just leave him out of it. You feel me? So the person says, I'm so happy to hear that. I picked his live story apart and put timelines together. He was not there. I'm sorry people are harassing your Facebook. But last few days, people are saying actually his story matches up. Okay, so this is what the person is saying, and I think that could be all to the story. Let me see, let me double check. I feel like that could be all, but not sure. Let's see, not sure if this is like a redundant one or not. Okay, let's see. So the person says, of course, and they did, but he good. He has God on his side. My son lost 4 people that week, and this is what I kind of talked about earlier. This was one of the first parts of the message that I read. I do feel like the messages could be out of order, so if it doesn't make any sense, then do forgive me. I feel like a lot of the messages are out of order, but that's pretty much that. Okay, that's pretty much the short answer. It looks like the mother is saying that her son was indeed interviewed by the FBI and was interviewed by the FBI on last week. Okay, and according to her, he's cleared, but we the people have not heard anything. Okay, we're just waiting to hear more. We don't know if the other individuals have been interviewed, and maybe, just maybe, they interviewed Nazir because he was probably the only person they could get access to, right? Because the others probably don't even know whose name is on the warrant. Now, we don't know if Malika spoke. We don't know if, I believe her name is Alyssa, has spoken or said anything. Don't know if they've been interviewed or not. Okay, so we're still waiting on those details. But as of right now, these are the stories or the allegations from the mom saying that her son is clear, which I beg to differ because I'm waiting for confirmation to come from the FBI. I would love to have some type of official documentation. Not saying this young man did anything wrong or did or didn't. I don't know. I just know some things didn't make sense. And we just waiting to find out what does make sense, okay? But I just wanted to bring the latest updates and come to you guys real quick about what's been going on regarding Shanquella Robinson and her case and other situations surrounding her story, okay? That's all that I have for you guys at this time. I want you all to go ahead and be sure to like the video, subscribe to the channel if you have yet to do so, but most definitely leave your thoughts and comments down below regarding the situation as it pertains to Nazir, the rally for Shanquella, and your other thoughts, okay? That's all that I have at this time. I'm JamiThatsMe. Don't forget to like, as I told you, subscribe, all that great jazz. Follow me on Instagram and Twitter at JamiThatsMe, and I'll catch you guys in the next one.